If you are looking to get your badges and your overall grinded for the cheapest and fastest ways possible, I have a new badge and overall service on my Twitter. It's at CassisLaker24. Link in the description. Go check it out. Hit me up in the DMs for prices, and I'll see you guys then. Hey, what is up with you guys and girls today? In today's video, we're looking at the top 5 worst builds in NBA 2K19. These are the builds you should avoid creating. I'm going to give you a little bit more information during the video on every single build and tell you why they're pros and cons and why they're the worst builds to make. I got a couple of extra ones at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, leave a like, share, subscribe if you are new. Follow me on Twitter. We're doing a massive giveaway, giving away a fully maxed out 90 overall player with all Hall of Fame badges, every badge maxed out, to whoever wins the giveaway on Twitter. So make sure to follow me on Twitter, like the video, and subscribe to get into the giveaway. Now, this is the first build that I want to look at. This is the build that I created in NBA 2K18, sorry. It was my 99 playmaking slasher. I hated this build. This build was one of the worst builds in the game. If you're going to create this build, make it the other way around. Playmaking, driving, finishing. Playmaking slasher is possibly the worst. I'm going to put this my worst build on the game. Not because it's a popular build as well. These aren't just any random, just bad builds. These are like popular builds I see a couple of people using. This build, it can't shoot threes. It can't shoot mid-ranges. It can drive a little bit. Its dribbling's not that much better. You get like a 97 speed. So at the end of the day, you should not make this build because the badges are better on a slashing playmaker or a pure slasher. Even a pure playmaker is better than this build. Because even if you do have gold, you've got like silver posterizer, silver relentless, stuff like that, maybe gold at the most, that is not going to do enough on the park because you're so small. The only upside to that build is obviously the speed. That's the only thing. 97 speed's the only thing it's got going for it. Other than that, it's really, really bad. You guys remember in 2K18 when I used to play with it, my 99 overall, I loved it and everything, but it was the worst build on the game in my opinion. Now, the second build is a center pure stretch 5. Why would you make a pure stretch 5? This is one of the worst builds. These are all MyPark builds. I'm not talking about Pro-Am or Rec or anything. These are MyPark builds. You do never make a pure stretch 5 for MyPark. The reason being because you got everything is negated on this build. If you make a power forward stretch, everything is so much better. You got limitless gold. On this one, you got limitless silver. And you only get an, what is it? An 86 open 3. On a pure stretch, you can get up to like a 94 open 3 on a stretch, which is actually OP as anything. A stretch 5 is so limited. Their badges are not as good. Their attributes are average. Everything about that build is very bad. I've played against like 3 of them so far, and every single one I've actually seen, you leave them wide open because they're not going to make threes that often. If you leave a power forward stretch big open on the 3, they're making that shot 98% of the time. You leave a stretch 5 open, they're going to brick more times than not. Their shooting percentage is going to be really, really bad. You should avoid making a stretch 5. The next build I want to look at is the defending, passing, ball handling. Why would you ever make a primary defender with secondary passing and ball handling? Again, I've seen this in the park. The attributes don't look that bad, but do not be fooled by the attributes. This build is not good. The defense is worse than a pure. You might as well make a pure lockdown because if you make a defending, passing, ball handling, the only thing you've got going for you right now is, again, with the playmaking slasher, is your speed is a little bit better. That's it. But if you turn it around to a passing, ball handling, and defender, it is just as bad. You should avoid both of these badges because you get no Hall of Fames on this build either. A two-way playmaker is not good at all because what do you got, like a 70 mid-range? On this game, you need at least a 78 3 and above to be able to shoot somewhat consistent. Like my pure shot creator, I can drop 22 points a game with that player, shooting at least like 8 from 12 or like 8 from 13 or something, and it's got a 79 to 83. So if you have something less than that, imagine how much worse you're going to shoot, especially if you only got defending in your build. If you want to make a defending play, you might as well make a pure lockdown at the position. These are all shooting guards because the shooting guard position gives you the best badges possible. Now, with the playmaking defender, your defense, of course, is going to be godlike. Your speed is going to be like a 94, 95. It's really good. You got no shooting. You got a decent inside. You got like a 70 layup, I'm pretty sure, maybe an 80 layup. That is not very good because you're still a really small player and you're not going to go inside that much. All you're basically there for is to play defense, and you're subpar at that. And that's why it's a very bad build to make on this game. Just like I said with the stretch 5, I'm going to continue with the stretch 5. Stretch 5 is possibly the worst one you can make. There's a couple of sleeping builds if you've ever heard of them, like the post-scoring, shot-creating shooting guard. I thought that would be bad, but in actual fact, it's a really good build. There's a couple of builds that are weirdly shaped that are actually good, but these type of builds aren't the best. Now, maybe a stretch 5 in Prime or Rec. I don't play Rec or Prime, so I can't give you my opinion. Maybe they're good, but for the park, these builds are not good. Another one is a driving, finishing, 3-point shooter. What do you get better as a pure slasher or a pure sharpshooter? What do you actually get with this? I've seen a couple of people use this again. Driving, finishing with 3-point shooting. I've played with a 3-point defender before, primary 3-pointer. It was terrible. Imagine a driving, finishing primary 3-point specialist for secondary skill. You may have like, what do you get, like an 83 at most, maybe a 78. Again, as I said, you can shoot consistently with that. But you negate your inside game, you can negate your speed, your acceleration. Everything goes down on the inside and your speed. Again, if you flip it around to the 3-point driving, finishing, this build is not good at all either, because you're still negating everything. Even if you have a 3-point primary, your 3 is going to be decent, but then your inside game is going to be really, really bad. I want to know your opinions so far. What is the worst build you've seen on NBA 2K19? Would you avoid that build? And what is the actual worst build, and why is it the worst build? I see a lot of dumb builds. I've seen like a playmaking rebounder. I don't know why you would make a playmaking rebounder. I can see why people make playmaking stretches. I've seen people make videos and that look pretty okay. But builds like this, the reason I wanted to talk about the playmaking slasher again, the playmaking slasher was not good for 99 overall in 2K18, and in 2K19 they're bringing it over, and they gave it 1 Hall of Fame badge, which made it really, really bad. With the defending 3-point shooter, again, as I said, you got defending primary, but your 3-point shooting is really, really not that good at all. Your defense gets negated, your speed, your acceleration, your lateral quickness. So with builds like the defenders, you really don't want to hybrid them. You really don't want to put them together with something. I reckon making a pure build is better than making a hybrid build for these sort of things. Now, a passing ball handling with a 3-point shooter, that goes together. Shot creating, passing ball handling, shot creating, 3-point shooting. See, them type of things gel well together because they're meant to become together because they're really good double archetypes. Another build I want to talk about, there's a couple more. There's a couple sleeper builds that we want to see in the park. I will do a separate video if you guys want to see it on what builds are the best for MyPark, Rec, Pro-Am, whatever you guys want to see. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, it'd be greatly appreciated. Share the video to every one of your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. On the road to 30k, we're only 1,400 subs away. Guys have been killing it so far. Thank you so much to all my new subscribers, my old subscribers. Thank you to every single person. Thanks to everyone who likes the videos, shares, follows me on Twitter, enters into my giveaway. As I said, we're giving away a 90 overall with all Hall of Fame badges, all badges maxed out, secondary badges. To whoever wins, they can choose whatever build they get. And my Twitter is the best way to keep up to date with me, because YouTube does not send out notifications, so there will be a notification on Twitter sent out every single time, and on Instagram I keep you up to date. Everything, I reply to my messages on Twitter. If you want to talk to me, you want to have any questions, hit me up on Twitter. Also, go check out my recent videos where I show you how to get from 90 to 95, 99, what bars you get per overall and stuff like that. Anyway, as I said, they're the worst builds in NBA 2K19. Avoid making them. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Catch you guys in the next video. Later.